Hey, Eve, you're the only one here, and I'm right on time. That was fun today in Remain Calm's chat. I always enjoy her. So I have my pulmonary therapy appointment set. I have to go twice a week. The first appointment is an hour and a half. Let me know if you hear me, Eve. Did you hear me? Hi, Bob. Welcome. Glad you could stop by. Okay, thanks. Hey, Lisa Klockner. Hey, Reap What You Sow. Hi, Annie. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I have a splitting headache, but we're going to forge on because I don't have anybody on panel that's going to be screaming at me. So, or if somebody wants to come up, that's fine. Anybody want to come up and go through this with me? Hey, Miss Chewy. What I'm going to do is play the videos, and then we're going to stop and discuss certain parts of it. So, as you know, we're going to be talking about Jose. And feel free to correct me if I am wrong on something. Hi, Damaris. So, from what I can figure, before we get going, is that they got there. I wish Andrew was here to help me set it straight. So, they came down from New York on September 19th because that was the NASCAR, well, that weekend. So that'd be the 18th because that was the NASCAR weekend at Bristol. And then, hi, Melissa Brown. He left October 14th. So that's 3 weeks. 3 weeks and 5 days, I believe. So definitely not, hi, Annabelle, definitely not 6 months, like he said. And the near I can figure out, Don went to Utah in late June, I believe, or early July. And so July, August, September. So he was in Utah 3 months, a little over 3 months, I believe. If Remain Calm's in here, you're hearing me say, in my opinion. Okay, so let's start this off. Are my dates right? Anybody want to tell me that I'm wrong? That's fine. Eve, just block anybody that disagrees with me. I never block anyone. Okay. So let's go.
Chats. Finally have service. What's that mean? I see you. Unfortunately, block you. Okay.
It was February or March. I remember it was winter time. We wound up going down there, and I left like a little bit almost before we were touching fall, you could say.
Okay.
Okay, so can you guys hear that? Please tell me that you can hear that. Because that's all I got. You know, I don't know how to share screen or anything yet. So he did not come down in winter time. September 18th. Oh, great, Dammers, thank you. Came down in September 18th. Oh, good, sunshine. I'm glad. I still don't know how to work anything. You know, I got that brand new fancy microphone. And I don't know what I was thinking. But it's not, I guess I was thinking it was going to be Bluetooth or something, but I mean, it goes into a USB plug on a computer, which is a problem. I thought I was going to be able to connect it to my phone, so it's going to require some engineering on my part. And this weekend, I'm going up to celebrate Christmas because I was sick over Christmas, so. Hi, Rebecca Swindle. Why hasn't an address for this supposed house they were to move into? Now, I don't know, but there was a picture, I'll see if I can find it, of a house that was for sale then. And I thought that was the house because that was going around and it was in pretty bad shape. I mean, I wouldn't have lived there. It was pretty sad. It looked like they kind of trashed it before they moved out. So I thought that was it, but I don't know. I'll see if I can find that. See if I can find the address. I was hoping maybe Andrew would show up.
Okay. Okay, go ahead with your story. You're fine.
So I was staying with them at the time, and they was helping me. At the time, Donnie wasn't in the residence at that time. He was actually in Utah at that time, and I was renting from Candace. She was there with her mother as well, and her 4 children. Well, not her 4, because Josie actually wasn't there either. Josie was with Donnie Wells in Utah.
Okay.
So in the house, it was basically Wayland, Wyatt, and Summer in the house. And so while I was staying there, a lot of things had transpired while I was there. You know, I guess they all liked me in the sense of relationships wise. You know, they found I was cute or whatever. But at the time, because of what I was going through, I really didn't want to hook up with no relationship type deal. I was just trying to get myself together.
Okay, so in case you don't know, this is from Justin Farrell's, of course, found Jose. And this is the first interview, I believe. So he did send Jose some materials to look over before this interview. It would have been a little better if I think he hadn't have done that. Because as we go along, you'll see Jose calls Candy Grandis. Hi, Missy. And he called her Candy when he was there. So where did the Grandis come from? So, you know, that's a little problem. Here he thinks everybody's after him because he's cute. Okay. And he said he wasn't looking to hook up, although he did admit he had a one-night stand with Allie later on. So we'll get to that.
You know, having severe nightmares and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I was there, I could remember the first time I initially walked into the home that we were coming up the driveway, how to get up there. Their lawn was like, like if you was in another state, they probably would have got fined for the way that lawn was, because how tall it was. You know, lawnmower was sitting there. You know, the kids didn't really have much play area. Also, at the time, I also found out there was a poisonous snake lurking around in the yard. You know, they had a beehive hidden under the lawn by the driveway. It was pretty bad. I found all these things out. I mowed that lawn for them. You know, the kids could play. I remember the first time I initially walked in through the door, I was pretty much shocked at what I saw, because as you entered, you see mattresses on the floor, blankets were thrown all over the place.
Okay, I have to stop this every so often to comment because this is fair use, people. I don't want to get struck. Hi, Betty Smith. Hi, Truth. So that could be true. The grass being high, mid-September. Don had been gone for a while, and plus Candace. Thank you, Eve. Candace and Summer and the two youngest boys were gone for 6 weeks, I believe. So, nobody was really around for a long time. I doubt without Don there to crack the whip that I have seen the boys mowing, pictures of the boys mowing the lawn though, but yeah, Candace and Summer and the two youngest boys went up to visit in Wisconsin, and I don't know if they went to some other states, but they went around visiting relatives, so they weren't really home. Hey, Precious Moments. Yeah, she did. Lisa Kleckner, hi. Oh, aren't we all tired out for being gone today? She did seem like she liked him, didn't she? She was smiling in the couple pictures we saw. But yeah, they did seem to get along pretty well and had some good conversation, according to Jose.
And, TV was in a certain particular corner where movies piled up, and then as you entered through another door, you got to the kitchen area, and truly it was disgusting. Dishes piled up, looked like it hadn't been washed in weeks. Roaches all over the place. I remember asking them to use the bathroom, and you would walk a little bit and had to go behind these double dressers that they basically turned into a wall, so you couldn't see someone actually using the toilet. So they had the toilet there and the sink and the shower, which was like a shower stand. And where the shower was, when you looked down, it was supposed to be like a little closet area where they had all their clothes just hung up and things like that. So when they were taking me to where I was going to sleep, it was downstairs in the cellar. And I was thinking, I don't see no stairs. How the hell am I going to get down there? And when I looked, just behind this counter that they had that basically looked like a bar that they built, there was a hole in the ground, and you just walked down those stairs, and you were into the cellar. And when
Okay, hi Criminology, hi Lips. I think the house they were supposed to get was Don's. I'm not sure. That's never really been confirmed, has it? Candace couldn't really sell that. I don't know. Andrew's never really said, as far as I know. But doesn't it sound, Jose said he walked in the door and saw mattresses everywhere. Were there mattresses upstairs? It sounds like he walks in upstairs because he isn't down in the cellar yet. I don't see how no bigger than that house was that everybody fit in there. That just boggles my mind. Okay, Mary. Hi, Chapstick. Mary originally said DW showed up June 1st. June 15th. CB checks on. Yeah. Thank you. He could have shown up June 1st. I don't know. I have a picture of Josie catching fish in Wisconsin on June 11th, but Candace could have posted that later. I think the June 1st. Thank you, Chapstick. I'm glad that you're here, keeping me on the ball. Okay, CB posted on Facebook. I remember that. Piece of shit calling CPS, your karma's coming. I actually know who called CPS. I know, obviously she didn't know. June 15th, Candace checks in. Oh, in Reeves, Wisconsin. Okay, Reeves is where, yeah, I won't say. They do have relatives there. June 15th, okay.
You look to the
Sorry about that. I had to step away for a moment. I had to sign for a package. Did he talk about the sofa yet? Did anyone, did he talk about the sofa yet?
Okay, I couldn't find the original interview. I think he took it down. He didn't have anything older than a year. So this is actually a replay of the original. Sorry. For some reason, I can't picture Andrew living in the house. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Wasn't he gonna hook up with Allie again or something? I don't know. That's kind of odd. Some people think it was a trafficking thing. I don't think that. I mean, the truck was full of people, right? Full of kids. And they apparently took them all back with them, so.
Email. No, okay. Perfect. All right, let's continue.
Let's continue.
the left was the parents' room, and
Now, when you say cellar, do you mean basement?
yes,
Okay.
basically yes, the basement.
Okay.
Okay,
So the house it originally actually was a cellar. It was never designed to live in. It actually was a cellar, not a basement. So there's that. That's how Dawn's mother, I think, had it fixed.
so when you walk down those stairs as you're going down through the hole, you would look to the left, and to the left was a big open area. They had a 42-inch TV on a shelf. Their door to access outside into the driveway was there. They had a couch in front of that door.
Oh, they did, Jose. They did. They had a couch in front of that door. Boom. They had a couch in front of that door. This was before we knew anything about the blue couch. She was just.
Okay, so what are you guys thinking about the blue couch? I had a picture of it sitting outside. Of course, the Wells wouldn't haul anything to the dump, right? They'd just throw it off the side of the hill. And a couple of YouTubers went by and took a picture of it. But does it really matter if it was in front of the door? I know people talk about that endlessly, but what do you think? Oh, thanks, Precious Moments. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going back over some old stuff. I got over 20,000 screenshots here. I posted the Leslie ones, but somebody said that they'd like to see those chronologically from the beginning, so I'll start doing that. We can see how people's stories have changed. Yeah, the couch. I don't see where that had anything to do with anything. Unless, are we trying to say Summer? I guess they're saying Summer couldn't have walked out that door. However, this is a year, well, not a year later, but yeah, actually, was a year later. So, oh, that's very good. That's a very good point, Sunshine. That is a very good point. Yeah, I think that's very possible. Yes. Now, we went over whether the door was locked or not. Now, the boys said it was locked, right? And Candace said it wasn't. The boys told David Dotson it was locked. Well, of course it would be locked. Although I can't see anybody just happening up on that hill. With my breathing, I wouldn't be able to walk up that driveway, but we're not talking about me, are we? I don't know. Did Allie? Oh, Sunshine, I knew what you meant. Jody Sue said she gave them the couch, right? But that's Jody Sue, so. I don't know, I'm just trying to visualize this. I do have some pictures of them sitting on what looks like that couch, but it's not in front of a door. And it's at Josie's birthday party. There's several pictures of them sitting on it. Okay, so we'll continue.
Explaining the room. Where did he talk about Hunter and Candace? Hey dear. I don't know. I have several.
Their lawn was like, like if you was in another state, they probably would have got fined for the way that.
Forward that again.
I'm lurking around in the yard.
I tagged him, Lips. He didn't say anything. And then I heard him asking for it after that. Guess he doesn't like my channel.
You know, they had a beehive hidden under to another door. You got to the kitchen area, and truly it was disgusting. Dishes piled up, looked like it hadn't been washed in weeks. Roaches all over the place.
Okay, we already did this one.
I remember asking them to use the bathroom, and you would walk a little bit and had to go behind the double dressers.
What else have they done? God only knows. Well, we heard the 911 call.
Showed
go back a little.
The shower, which was like a shower stand, and where the shower was, when you looked down, it was supposed to be like a little closet area.
Hey, it's the weekend. Welcome. A beehive under the door. Huh.
Where they had all their clothes just hung up and things like that. So when they were taking me to where I was going to sleep, it was downstairs in the cellar. And I was thinking, you know, I don't see no stairs. You know, how the hell am I going to get down there? And when I looked just behind this counter that they had that basically looked like a bar that they built, there was a hole in the ground, and you just walked down those stairs and you were into the cellar. And when you looked to the left was the parents' room. And
now, when you say cellar, do you mean basement?
Yes, basically, yes, the basement.
Okay.
So when you walk down those stairs as you're going down through the hole, you would look to the left, and to the left was a big open area.
Listen carefully, because he's about to say it. He's describing the room.
They had a 42-inch TV on a.
We know that there was the big screen TV down there.
On the shelf.
I think this is repeating. I'm sorry. I didn't I didn't back it up, so he must be repeating it. Apologize for that. Well, that's kind of scary, Missy. Did you try? Can you smoke bees? Or is that wasps? I think. I don't know. Oh, you're not supposed to kill bees, are you now? I don't know. That's a good question. It did look pretty dark down there, didn't it? There wasn't really any natural light. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Are you talking to Candace again, Liz? Where's Dawn? Hi, Life's a Dance. Oh, you know what? I bet you could call the farmer. Hi, Heather Lynn. Hi, glad to see you. Yeah, Missy, if you find a farmer, I don't know, there's, a lot of apple farmers here, a lot of orchards and things, farmers keep bees to pollinate their crops. So and they have the whole bee outfit. So, you know what I'm saying? The hood and the everything. So they would probably rehome them for you. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. And I'm a know-it-all, remember? My cousin is a beaster. Really? Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, I think you did leave the TV on. A lot of people do that. A lot of people that I know leave their TV on 24 hours a day. Even when they're gone, they leave the house and the TV stays on. Now, some people leave it on for their animals, but I do not do that. Because my animals could really give a shit about TV. Well, I don't even watch TV, so yeah. Now that college football season is almost over, I could probably just have it disconnected. Oh, my TV stuff. Oh, now see, I'm just the opposite. I love the silence. Well, there we go. Yep. Okay. Oh, oh, that is cool. I think Jose. Oh, probably. That makes more sense. Yeah. I can't see B. Yeah, you're right. Bees. I think it probably is wasps. Okay, let's all look. I didn't see anything.
The door to access outside into the driveway was there. They had a couch in front of that door, and then their mattress was basically on the floor. They didn't have no bed rails or anything. It was center blocks on the floor, and the mattress was on top of those center blocks.
Whose bed was that?
And then that was the parents' room.
Okay, downstairs.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you say there was a couch in front of the door that goes outside?
Correct. Yes, that was to prevent any of the kids opening and closing that door. You know, when...
Okay, maybe we didn't know about the blue couch then. I see you just asked it there. I can't remember. Miss Prissy Pauls, thank you for becoming a member, my love. Welcome to the family. Please welcome Miss Prissy Pauls to the family. Thank you so much for your support.
Welcome, Sandy Grant.
There's a couch, so the kids couldn't get out. Member Candace and Don said, nobody in, nobody out on June 15th, meaning the boys. Nobody in, nobody out. They had a couch downstairs that sat in front of the door. The door didn't lock at the time. They put the couch there. No one in.
Okay, now, do you think Don fixed the door? Because everyone is very sure that the door was locked the day Summer went missing. Yeah, hi, Sandy. Hi, Lisa Dance. Did I say hi to you? I'm sorry. Oh, remember what's his name? Interviewing Candace. Oh, yeah, what's his name? Yeah. Was that Girls Gone Wild? I don't know. That's odd that was on with Don being at work. Right? Were the boys watching that? I don't even want to go there. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Who fixed the lock? Now, this is just Candace saying nobody in, nobody out, and the lock was broken, right? So, that's Candace. Jody Sue saying the couch wasn't there. We've seen the door. Hi, Kirst. Shut twice now by itself. You know, when people said that there was one-way glass in that door, but yet I've seen it, pictures of it shut, and you could see inside there. You could see the TV. So I don't know. But that's beside the point. I don't think someone went up there and took Summer from the basement door. In my opinion. Oh, yes. That's a good point. See, I need you guys to keep me on point. Who said the lock was broken? Jose is saying that right now. Or did Justin say that? No, Jose said that. That was to keep the kids from going in and out that door because the lock was broken. However, the boys told David Dotson that it was locked. And I believe Candace also said it was locked. Everybody else said it was locked. I don't know. There was one-way sticker stuff. No, I think, Annie, did I say hi to you? I'm sorry. Wait, where am I? Oh. No, he was at work, Annie, that day. Chris was there. Yeah, Don wasn't there. His truck was gone. He was at work. Chris even said he knew Don wasn't there. He knew he wasn't in the shed. He left his wife in the truck alone, so. Okay. Yeah, I thought so too. Okay, proof he wasn't at work all day. I thought his boss, I don't know, we were talking about that at Remain Calm today. I thought his boss confirmed that he was at work and that he left for lunch at 3 and got back at 3:30. Now, he was at work at 5:30 because his coworker said that's when he got the call that Summer was missing. Okay, so let's continue.
Went out. They had a bed sitting on center blocks.
Cinder.
Right? How do you look under the bed on the floor? Exactly. Such a lot there.
When y'all finally contacted me, you know, just going a little ahead, when y'all had contacted me and was telling me everything that's going on, I could clearly remember that, you know, looking at these videos as they were talking with Donnie, and he's like, well, you know, Summer's pretty intelligent, you know, she could have opened that door, you know, but no, there is no could have. There is a definite, because she had the consistency of always unlocking the door and walking out whenever they see fit. And this was not just Summer. This was also Waylon and Wyatt as well. So they would just come in and out freely, you know? You know, Candace,
the door did lock.
For them. Excuse me?
The door
You
did
said
lock.
the door does lock or it did not lock?
No, it did not lock. Something was wrong with the lock, and they couldn't find the key. So they basically had this, not a love seat, but the larger one. It looked like it was a sofa bed, but it wasn't. And it was blue, and they had that pushed up against the entranceway of the door.
Okay, now, what is going on here? He's saying that the kids freely went in and out the door, but yet he's saying that there's a couch in front of the door, so they can't go in and out the door. What am I missing? What am I missing? His coworkers, has said they couldn't confirm what he did after 1:30 as well. I don't know. I'm actually more concerned not with him leaving during the day, but why it took him from 5:30 when he got the call until 9 after 7 to get home when it's only a half an hour drive. What was he doing for that other hour? That's where there's extra time. Hi, birdies. Welcome. Actual facts like Andy beeping at work, Fred selling that 2 weeks prior to summer missing. Oh, I did hear that Chad running. Yes. Yeah, I know there's 2 different doors. It sounded like he was talking about the same one. About Summer being able to reach the lock is what he was talking about. I don't think they ever locked that. Of course, that's just my opinion. I don't think they ever locked that door. I never even see it shut in pictures. The door to the kitchen. Okay, let's continue.
I don't think it becomes any more clear. There it is. There it is. Yeah, and, Jose said they would go freely. Like Candace walking over Summer, a whole 10 feet to make sure she got in the house. You didn't need to walk her over. All you needed to do was sit there and watch her go in. Canadian Cookie, thank you so much. 5 months of membership. Thank you so much.
Hi, Lake Superior girl. Hi, Toaster Oven. Okay, I just want to make sure we're not making fun of or casting doubt on Justin here. We're talking about what Jose is saying and how that lines up with the facts that we know. So this isn't any shade on Justin. I don't want anybody saying that. I'm already in enough trouble for the things I didn't say about Mary. So, and now Pam. Okay, so continue on. Whoops. Oh, Chad is, oh wow. The day that Chris was at CW's house. Now, I don't know that, but he was not there when he was there. When Chris McDonough was there. So I don't know what time he was there, but yeah, Chris said he knew he wasn't there. That was kind of all theater with the shed. I can't remember who he told that, but he laughed and said, yeah, he knew Don wasn't there. His truck wasn't there. And because they were kidding him about leaving his wife in the truck with Don on the loose, and he laughed and said he knew he wasn't there. That's all I know about that.
For your support. It really means a lot. Thank you. Truly. So, there you go. What else have they done? God only knows. Well, we heard the 911 call the other day. He tried to hurt Summer. Summer's running to her mother. Mom, Mommy, help me.
Oh, hi, Wisconsin Mama. Yeah, the shed. Oh, she said he could. He made it sound like I don't know why he didn't. The door was partially open. If he wanted, why didn't he just look in? He was right there. Candace, she said he could go in, but she didn't want him to get hurt. So why he chose to not just stick his head in, I don't know. Maybe because he wanted to be able to say maybe Don was in there. That's my thoughts, but who knows? Okay. Um, any of them had a recent, you mean with neighbors or each other, Bertie? He's talking about that domestic violence call. Now, I've listened to that several times, and I've watched other creators go through that, and you can't tell. It doesn't sound like she's saying that he hurts me. Some people said they thought she was talking about Yucky. I don't know. It's so distorted. You can't really tell what they're saying. So I guess you can read anything you want into it. Everybody has a different interpretation. I think people need to go over those old lives with women. Oh. Well, we can do that. I have a hard time listening to her, but we could do that. I think Ziggy probably still has those up, doesn't she? Or maybe she let me play them. Was she on the phone, or is she just saying she's on the phone? Because she also said she was talking to Frank Light when it wasn't Frank Light on the phone. I don't know if Don talked to her as much as she said. Because I know she said that those 3 days that Don disappeared and Robin called him and talked him into coming back home, she said Don was actually hiding in the basement on the phone with her those whole 3 days. And I know that didn't happen. The mysterious couch. I don't know. Liz is going to have a lot of time pretty soon. We need to say some prayers that her surgery is successful. Yeah, I didn't either. And yeah, a lot of people thought she was saying he's hurting Yucky. Well, she could have been talking about anybody. She could have been talking about Jose, for all we know. Or the boys. Okay, thank you, Lisa. We'll go over that. I think that we're going to have more than just one live about Jose because, Chris interviewed him, and then there's some other phone calls, and Harsh Reality went over some inconsistencies in what Jose said. So if you guys don't mind, if you're interested in it. Yucky hurting Summer? Well, that's interesting. When was the 911 call supposedly made? That was the 14th of October. That's the day Don went to jail. Yeah. Okay, if I knew... Wait. Okay. I wish I knew if it was the same Sherry last name who was charged with neglect involving couch confinement of children. Sherry was charged with 2 counts of child abuse or neglect of a child under 8. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Nora Woods. Welcome. Yeah, okay. That seems to be the consensus that she was saying Yucky. Yeah, I think people, it can sound like whatever you want it to sound like, can't it? I mean, you can say it whatever to support your theory. I think in the beginning she was still very emotional about her husband passing. Oh, who are we talking about, Toaster Oven? I'm sorry. I guess I'm lost. Yes. That's a very good point. Yes. And the dispatcher didn't seem to care, did she? She just asked questions that didn't seem to have anything to do with Summer or what was going on, allegedly, on the tape. Yeah, she didn't seem to be in urgent. Did Summer not have a dog named Yucky? Yes. His name was Lucky, but she called him Yucky. I'm not sure Don did hurt the cat, so. But no, the 911. Wasn't the 911 Jose, or is this a different 911 we're talking about? I'm sorry, somebody set me straight. I guess there was another one, wasn't there? And he was. I think that people did play that other one. And they're saying that he was raping Summer or something. And that was false. I mean, that was the altered tape, that one that played. PG. Oh, please. How far is that from Notre Dame? My aunt got her master's from Notre Dame. Boy, to the Indiana border is about an hour and a half. So how far from the Indiana border is that? Toaster oven. I don't know, Indianapolis takes a while. Okay.
And then you hear at the end of that, Candace not talking to the 911, but you're in the background. In my opinion, it sounded like he tried to R her. Listen to it for yourself. It's so an evil exists as well.
And that's where the kids would hang out and sit and watch the TV. Watch movies and cartoons and things like that.
Okay, so the couch was inside, right? It wasn't like an out.
No, it was inside of Candace and Donnie's room, but it was pressed up against the wall that literally the door was there.
Okay.
And I slept in the room adjacent to them. And in that room adjacent to them was basically the kids' playroom. And all their toys was in there and stuff. Another thing was when I seen a photo of where they showed how the boys' beds were and things like that. That bed was never there. That bed was the bed I slept in the summer. It was literally pushed up against the wall, and the rest of the room was the kids' room that had all their toys. And I remember it specifically because the kids would always come downstairs, "Hey, Jose, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And they would be like, "We came to play with our toys." And
Okay. Between the time Jose was there and the time Summer went missing was several months, a year from the time he got there. And CPS or DCS had come and made them move the two older boys' beds upstairs. So, Jose's commenting on pictures from after CPS was there. There also was a wall to the bathroom that Don had to put in. Why would the kids, the kids had a TV in their room and all the games were there and the game systems. So why would they be sitting on that couch watching Don and Candace's TV? I'm just trying to figure this out. Because the TV, you wouldn't be looking at the TV either. The TV would be off to the side. Okay, so that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's Sherry. So that mattress that was outside, I don't think it was. I don't know whose mattress that was. Jose slept on one of the bunk beds. The one where Allie's on top of him. So that's a single mattress. I don't know whose mattress that was. I don't know why everybody thinks that should have been confiscated. What did they think would be on there that wouldn't be there normally? I don't know. Most mattresses are pretty ucky looking under the sheets. Okay, that is Sherry. Yes. Okay, I didn't know what she was, what exactly the situation was, but yeah, that's her. She did lose. Am I behind in chat again? I'm going to change that to my name. Yeah, who could forget that? Oh my goodness. Oh, or Sherry sitting at the table where Chris interviews her. Or, I mean, Allie. Or actually, Allie anywhere. Allie in the canoe. Oh, I don't want to fat shame anyone. I didn't mention fat, right? We just said that vision. Hi, Kate, you. They had 2 beds, one on the floor. Yes. So, I don't know. They said that mattress, the dog had puppies on that mattress. I don't know where that mattress came from, but Summer slept with Don and Candace, right? So obviously they didn't throw out their mattress. So I don't think that was Summer's mattress. I could be wrong though. I don't think. Okay. Yeah. What we saw, yes, they had plenty of time after Jose left to yeah. Oh, did she? She said it was against the door? Okay, so it's hilarious. Okay, so it could have been against the door when Jose was there. Because that would have been when the last time that Allie would have been there, allegedly, right? I know. I'm always behind. Looks like the lady that passed in 2022. Okay, let's continue.
I would be laying there and I'll be like, go ahead, have at it. Go play with your toys, you know. And Candace would yell from upstairs. That, you know, leave Jose alone. He's trying to get rest and stuff. And I would tell her, oh, don't worry about it. They're kids. Let them play. I really don't care at all whatsoever. So it was basically my room / their playroom, which I never denied them entrance. There was no door to the room. They could just...
Okay, here's where I have questions. Jose said that he was not in a good mental place and it wasn't safe for him to be around his own children. So why is it safe for him to be around the Wells? Why would he think it would be safe to be around the Wells children if he isn't safe to be around his own kids? And if we were talking about a normal family, we'd say, why would the mother let her kids go into the basement with a strange man? But yeah, we won't go there. Because I think we know the answer to that. Yeah. Well, yeah, Wisconsin Mom, I think we talked about that before. Before you got in here. We did talk about that because the CPS, yeah, we thought they didn't want them blocking the exit in case there was a fire. So I think that's pretty likely. Oh, that could be. Yeah, that could be. I don't know. He said that he was having some mental problems. Yeah. Okay.
freely walk in.
Was there doors anywhere anywhere in the house?
Only the doors to get in and out.
So the boys had no bed. One of the boys slept on the couch, I believe, and the other 2 boys, I think they slept upstairs in the bunk bed. Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Out of the home.
Okay, so but there was no internal door.
There was an internal door from the first room you entered through the front of the house to get into the kitchen. It was a blue door with a glass window. And that door, when the kids were, not behaving, this was after Donnie came back.
Hey, hold 1 second, Jose. 1 second, Jose. I see you're having some feedback. Your mic may be, okay, there we go.
There's a blue door with glass in it inside the house? Does anybody remember that? I don't remember ever seeing that. What would that be separating? That sounds like an odd door to have inside, but then maybe it's something Don picked up at work. I don't think so. No, Casey, KU, I can't back it up 10 seconds here because I'm on my other phone. Just a minute. From the new area Don built. Okay. All right, just a minute. CPS didn't know. I don't think so because they said she couldn't sleep in the same area as the two older boys. So they must have thought she was sleeping in the children's bedroom. I don't know. It was open. Okay. Chris. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that door or seen it either. Because Jose said CPS made them move the boys. Yeah, but how would Jose know that? Because Jose wasn't there then. Jose wasn't there when CPS came. So that's a problem. Is she in the house? Is that in the house? He's saying that's an interior door, Curse, not the door. Yeah. Yeah, he's saying that's a door inside the house, not the door to the house. Okay. Okay, KU, I'm gonna try to back it up. Oh, just a tad. We're at 21:15. Oh, okay.
The cellar. It was literally pushed up against the wall, and the rest of the room was the kids' room that had all their toys. And I remember it specifically because the kids would always come downstairs. Hey, Jose, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And they would be like, we came to play with our toys. And I would be laying there, and I'll be like, go ahead, have at it. Go play with your toys, And Candace would yell from upstairs. That leave Jose alone. He's trying to get rest and stuff. And I would tell her, don't worry about it. They're kids. Let them play. I really don't care at all whatsoever. So it was basically my room / their playroom, which I never denied them entrance. There was no door to the room. They could just freely walk in.
Was there doors anywhere anywhere in the house?
Only the doors to get in and out.
So the boys had no bed. One of the boys slept on the couch, I believe, and the other two boys, I think they slept upstairs in the bunk bed. Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Out of the home.
Okay, so but there was no internal door.
There was an internal door from the first room you entered through the front of the house to get into the kitchen. It was a blue door with a glass window. And that door, when the kids were, not behaving, this was after Donnie came back.
Hey, hold 1 second, Jose. 1 second, Jose. I see you're having some feedback. Your mic may be, okay, there we go. Go ahead. Sorry, Jose.
Okay, so,
Okay, wait. I see some questions. I don't want to get behind in chat now. I don't know. That's what he's saying. So I don't remember seeing that any, but apparently there is one. Okay, so yeah, she didn't see that, and she later said she didn't see that. No, she didn't even get out of the truck, so you can't see the shower from where she was. And she said that she said she never said she saw Don and Summer. She saw Candace in the doorway, and she saw Summer naked and wet, yelling for a towel. So that's what she said she saw. She didn't say she saw Don. She assumed Don, but she didn't see him. Okay.
Donnie will always keep that blue door closed, and he would tell the kids, don't mess with the lock. We don't have the key for this door. Leave the door somewhat open, and that it was basically, to keep the house warm and things like that. But
let me show you this, just to refresh everyone's mind.
I can't share
Just
this.
to refresh everyone's mind.
Oh, he's just showing the basement so far. I'm sorry, I'm failing you guys. Okay, he's showing the basement, which oddly doesn't look anything like
the bedroom upstairs.
The other picture.
This was the bedroom upstairs. What door closed again? I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, you can't see any door.
Probably the front door is the only thing that closed. Here's Summer's bedroom. Which I guess this would be Jose's bedroom at the time. There's no window, there's no
it's dark.
Heating, cooling unit that you see, vents.
I wonder if there's lights.
In
the basement.
Flooring. I don't even think there's a ceiling. You just see the.
Well, there's no flooring upstairs either. There's just plywood.
Those are courtesy of Chris from the interview room. No paint on the wall. Yeah, I mean, it's just despicable. Despicable. I mean, that truly.
It is a little choppy.
Look it up. It looks like a third world country prison. It really does. Bingo.
Okay.
Bingo.
Move on.
And yet.
Yeah.
Children.
That's what she said later.
Live there. Crazy, huh? All right, let's continue.
Kids did get out of hand. Donnie would send them in that room and close both doors, the doors to the front room and the door to that kitchen. And the kids would be in there, though they had TV and that.
Uh-oh, the call dropped. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. See if I can fast forward it a little bit.
Basically, Candace and Summer, Grandis, and Wyatt would sleep in that front room. They literally had two queen-size mattresses on the floor, and then they had a futon bed against the wall. That's where Grandis had slept because she had a knee replacement, and she couldn't really get up and down from the floor.
Okay, so there's the mattresses. 2 mattresses on the floor. Now, Candy, she would have stayed in the house. She did not go in the house when Don was not at work. She went over to the house while he was gone, and then when he came home, she went back to the trailer. But Don's in Utah here, so I do believe that she probably did stay in the house. Okay. No, Don was not there when Jose was living there. Well, no. Well, he was there for a few days. before the 14th, yeah. Okay, wait. Jody Sue told me that Don's mom's house once was in that same location and didn't know why Don tore it down. I don't know. I don't think he started totally over, did he? When Don's mom lived there, Don and Candace lived in the trailer by the road. It was 120 Ben Hill Road. And now that there is no trailer, there's no 120 Ben Hill Road. You know, the infamous trailer that Fred saw Rose Bly prostituting herself out of? My goodness. Okay, but Fred is a whole nother story. Why is Jose, that trailer you see, yeah, that's the 120. Okay. Why is Jose saying Don? Yeah. Okay, we're going to get to a lot of things that Jose said, Don said. I mean, he packed a lot into a couple of days, but we're going to get to that.
She also had a camper on property that, she slept in once in a while as well. And Wayland would usually sleep in the cellar in his parents' room on the couch, and he would fall asleep watching cartoons on TV.
Oh. Okay, so one of the boys would sleep on the couch downstairs and watch TV. And mind you, the couch and Dawn and Candace's bedroom is right there beside each other. Yes, JD, only plywood floors, not finished whatsoever. Yeah.
And
okay, so if the one boy slept on that couch and Don, Candace, and Summer slept in the bed, I don't think anything was going on with Summer. Do you? With the boy there watching cartoons? I would think so. I don't know. We're just trying to figure this out from what he's saying and see how likely it is. I guess if he had his feet at the end where the TV was, he could probably watch cartoons. But is he going to watch cartoons while Don and Candace and Summer are sleeping? Okay.
I would be in the next room next.
Which is completely unsanitary. Completely unsanitary. You can't wash a plywood floor. You can't wash it. You can't sanitize it. You can't, you could sweep the dirt off of it, but you can't get, dirt's going to sink into that untreated wood and stuff. It's just not going to work.
Store.
Okay. So why would Don put the kids in the room? Like, what did...
if they disobeyed, didn't listen to what he said, he just would get so upset and start screaming and yelling at them and go in the effing room. And if that man, listening to him talk to you, it's like looking at two sides of a coin.
Okay, so Jose left on October 14th. We don't know exactly what day Don came back, do we? The domestic violence call was on the 14th. Don went to jail, and Jose left on the 14th, according to the receipts he showed, or 15th. So, yeah, how long was Don there when Jose was there? 4 days, 5 days? He saw an awful lot of things that Don allegedly did in that short amount of time. Yeah, why would Don, how would he know? No, Don, Don, no, Don came back when Jose was there. And was the domestic violence call on the 14th. Don threw the beer bottle and chipped Jose's tooth. And then Don went to jail and Jose went to South Carolina.
Because he talks to you one way, but when you see him behind closed doors, this is totally different, man. You know, F-bomb out of his mouth, S this.
So Jose says Don is very different behind closed walls. And, you know, just like, you know, we all have our personal or our, you know, our professional, the public life, the personal life, our family, close friends, and then our secret life, which nobody knows. And
thank you, Chapstick. I appreciate that. Yes, Jose was still there when Don came back. Life's a dance. Yeah, Jose. Yes. He was there. He said they were all drinking. And then things got out of hand and he threw the beer bottle at Jose. That was what the domestic violence call was. So they were both there. Not for very long, though. 5 days, maybe? Oh. Yeah, please do. Set us straight here. Anybody that can add anything to this, any place I'm wrong or mistaken, please feel free to correct me.
yesterday, in my opinion, Candace showed the secret part of herself by going out there and doing all that. And, you know, Dawn, we've seen that several.
Oh, thank you, Chapstick. Thank you. On October 6th, we have 20 legal pads. I only have 20-some thousand screenshots. I remember that picture of Summer in the tree. And then she posted a couple of pictures of the truck saying that she liked driving it too. I remember that. Going to help Candace. Oh, allegedly, yeah. That was a busy day, the 14th, wasn't it? Does anybody know what time that 911 call was? Or approximately what time of day? Because Jose, I don't know, he was waiting for his last paycheck. That's why he was still there. So he wasn't there a week with Don. Nope. Although his paychecks were direct deposit. So why would he have to wait? Or maybe he wanted to finish out the pay period.
Several times.
It's like freely. It's like the F word is definitely a prime word in his vocabulary, if you know what I mean.
Did Don go to church whenever you was there?
Did he go where?
Did he go to church?
No, he never went to church. No.
Jose had.
Okay, no, we do know that. Don went to church as part of his probation for the domestic violence. Arrest. So I would believe Jose. I know they went to churches to go to food pantries and things, but I would believe that they didn't go to church. Okay, so if Candace and the kids were, well, Jose was there 3 weeks, right? And Don wasn't there. Wait a minute. How would he know if Don went to church? How would he know that? I don't think he would he? Because Don, well, anyway, I believe it, but how would Jose know that? Because Don goes to church on Saturday, right? Okay. Yes. She took him to South Carolina, and I saw the receipts there. You're a little ahead. I'm behind and you're ahead. How long did Jose stay there? Okay, let's see. He got there on June 18th. No. Oh my God. September. They got there September 18th because it was the race, the NASCAR race at Bristol that weekend. And then he left the 14th or 15th of October. So he was there 3 weeks and 5 days, I believe. Okay, let me see. Dawn's. Oh, yeah, she did have MRSA. Is that true? That it's contagious? Well, they could buy some. I thought she didn't die at home, though. I don't know. That's odd. But I'll believe it, Betty. Did I say hi to you? Yeah, I don't think he wasn't there long enough to know a lot of things, but we haven't got to that yet. Yes, thank you, Eve. Okay, what cat? Danny. Andrew showed his phone and displayed the picture of the cat. Was the cat alive in the picture? Please tell me yes. Okay. I don't know that much about her. All right. Okay. Contagious enough to tear a whole house down? I don't know. I had a meth lab house on my route. It was kind of scary going to deliver there. I had to go into the garage, and it was what you'd think a meth house would look like. And when those people got evicted, they had to tear it right down to the studs because they couldn't get that smell out. Gross. Okay, wait a minute. Hi, Abundance Crates. Where did the 5 months come from? I don't know. Did that come from Jose? Mary said that he was there. Oh, wait. No, she said Don. Uh-oh.
To these people, I'm a wonderful dad, Like, I cook, I clean, wash clothes, I've even done.
Wait a minute.
In jail.
Uh-oh. I screwed up now. Okay, yeah, Jose wasn't there that long. He got there that September 18th and left the 14th or 15th. I have a screenshot of the receipts. I know he bought gas in South Carolina, and gas. Did I just say gas? Oh my God. Yeah, I think he bought gas twice in South Carolina. Okay, Andrew gave H the cat. Oh, Groot? Oh, hi, Andrew. Thank you for stopping by. Now, can you tell us, or if you don't want to, that's fine, the house that you were going to buy? Could you explain that? Because we're kind of stumped. Was it Candace and Don's house that you were planning to buy, or was it a different house? Ooh. Yeah, you did. All right, Andrew, let us know. No, it wasn't. Okay. So it was a house in Rogersville or Kingsport? And then you got there the 18th, and did you stay overnight? One night? You didn't just turn right around and drive right back, did you? They were going to rent. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Andrew. I was hoping you'd stop by so you could set some of this straight.
For recently, and Fred Hill and Laura.
Okay, I think we. Okay, thank you. Got there on the 18th and left at 2 p.m. on the 18th. Boy, you did turn right around and go right back. So, did you unload things at the storage building? You didn't, did you? Well, did you have anything in the truck? Didn't you just have it full of kids? I don't know. I guess I was never really clear on that, but you had quite a few people with you, right? Uh-oh. All right, you guys, keep it friendly.
Laura said something interesting. I just connected the two because.
Oh, yeah, of course it would have if you were going to move. Yep, I see. Had you given up your place in New York then when you left? And were you able to get it back? I don't know if you owned a house there or what.
Jose said, pretty much the time he would get off work, he would go and get.
Okay, I got to figure out where we were.
See if I can fast forward it a little bit.
Basically, Candace and Summer, Grandis, and Wyatt would sleep in that front room. They literally had two queen size mattresses on the floor, and then they had a futon bed against the wall. That's where Grandis had slept because she had a knee replacement and she couldn't really.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
June 23rd, 2023, Menominee, Wisconsin. An officer observed a vehicle failed to come to.
All right, just a minute. I screwed up. Yes, we gave up the place we had when we left, and when we got back. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Thank you. All right, now I screwed up. I'm sorry. But if you've been here before, I'm low budget, like remain calm. All right, where the hell is that now? Okay. Oops.
Floor. She also had a camper on property that, she slept in once in a while as well. And Wayland would usually sleep in the cellar in his parents' room on the couch, and he would fall asleep watching cartoons on TV.
Oh. Okay. So one of the boys would sleep on the couch.
Yeah, Lisa Kleckner, she did. I don't know if she passed at Clyda's house, or I thought she was in a some kind of a nursing home or a medical facility. I don't know for sure. Okay, what was I going to say? What did Jose just say? Well, she had cancer, but she got MRSA, so I think that hastened it. But yes, she did have terminal cancer. Okay, what was I going to say? Totally lost now. Guess I can't do two things at the same time. All right, the truck and a van. Okay.
Downstairs and watch TV. And Mind you, the couch.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Andrew, what do you think of what Jose said? Could you tell us? Because we've listened to about an hour and a half of it. A lot of things don't seem to add up with the timeline. Oh, Andrew. Let's see. Andrew is Andrew Hiltz. He's H's dad with Allie. And he lived in New York, and he came down in a truck and a van with several people, and we're going to rent a house. Came to the Wells, and then the house thing fell through, so they went back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. I don't want you to say anything you're not comfortable with. All right, precious moments. Keep it nice. Yeah, I don't know.
And Dawn and Candace's bedroom is right there beside each other. Yes, JD. Only plywood floors, not finished whatsoever. Yeah.
You know, and I would be in the next room next.
Which is completely unsanitary. Completely unsanitary.
Okay.
You can't wash a plywood floor. You can't wash it.
He's right. It was probably really gross with the animals in there and stuff.
You can't sanitize it. You can't, I mean, you could sweep the dirt off of it, but you can't get, dirt's going to sink into that untreated wood and stuff. It's just not going to work.
Okay. I want everybody to be nice.
Okay. So why would Don put the kids in the room? Like, what did...
Oh, if they disobeyed.
Okay, Missy, did I answer that to your satisfaction? I think, yeah. He's Hunter's dad, and was previously with Allie, and Allie moved down from Gloversville, apparently, and Jose is also from there.
He didn't listen to what he said. He just would get so upset and start screaming and yelling at them and go in the effing room. And that man, listening to him talk to you, it's like looking at two sides of a coin, because he talks to you one way, but when you see him behind closed doors, this is totally different, man. F-bomb out of his mouth, S-this.
So Jose says Don is very different behind closed walls. And, just like, we all have our personal or our professional, the public life, the personal life, our family, close friends, and then our secret life, which nobody knows. And yesterday, in my opinion, Candace showed the secret part of herself by going out there and doing all that. And, Dawn, we've seen that several times.
It's like freely. It's like the F word is definitely a prime word in his vocabulary, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Did Don go to church whenever you was there?
Did he go where?
Did he go to church?
No, he never went to church. No.
Jose had to ask, did he what? Did he go where? Church, Jose, church.
Never. Yeah. From the moment he would come home from work, he already had beer in him. So basically, you're driving drunk coming home from work, and then when he did buy food for the house,
which, it's no secret Don has DUIs, what he was just in jail for.
He has one DUI. Just want to set that straight, because I know people keep saying, he's got a lot of DUIs. He's got a lot of DUIs in a lot of different states. No, he has one DUI. Oh, yeah, there's Andy Bernard. Yeah, you're right. There are a few Andys. Okay, sorry, Missy. I think there's other Andrews too, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, no, he wasn't a meth head. He was crack. I don't know if that's any different. Cheaper.
Recently, and Fred Hill and Laura said something interesting. I just connected the two because Jose said, pretty much the time he would get off work, he would go and get some alcohol beverage and drink it and kind of head on his way home. And Fred said it was funny because the day that he was down there, 3 hours after Summer went missing, he was as straight as an arrow. He wasn't drunk or anything, which was kind of weird to him because, it was evening and he never really.
When he got there, it's basically stuff from Dollar General, Family Dollar things.
You mean the Dollar General down the road there where the...
Oh, yes, absolutely. And it will be all junk food, like the chips, cupcakes, Twinkies, things like that. That's not food for children at all. I mean, it's snacks for them, yes.
Right.
But as far as real home-cooked meals...
Sassy Fresh, no, I am playing Justin's interview with Jose, the first one.
That was not happening. Home-cooked meals wasn't being cooked often until I entered the home, because I remember telling them, hey, I would like to cook something. And Candace and her mother looked at me like, wait, you know how to cook? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. I have 3 kids. I used to cook for them all the time. I love to cook. That's one of the things I enjoy doing for my children. So let me make something for them. And they sat there in amazement watching me cook. And as I'm cooking, I'm washing all these piles of dishes, and putting them away on the side. They didn't even have dish holders, everything was just laid out on top of a counter, dish on top of dish. The spoons were just laid out like that. But if you looked at the rest of the home, just things were scattered everywhere. It looked like she was in the process of moving, but she decided to stay.
What do you mean she decided to stay?
I don't know. She said she was she didn't want to be there alone with the kids anymore because Donnie was gone and he shouldn't have left. He should have stayed. She didn't want to move to Utah. She specifically stressed that a lot. I don't want to move up there. I don't want to go up there. No. And I guess she was about to move because a lot of her stuff was still in boxes and scattered, and they were looking for things. It was a pretty big mess in there.
Dawn wanted the family to pick up and move to Utah. That's when Dawn had went to Utah, him and the oldest boy, and Candace wasn't going to move. I think they wanted to try to sell their home at one point. I have a thing where Candace posted about selling her home, 11 acres and all that, sometimes before, obviously, Summer went missing. I think it was probably before Jose.
And little by little, I would help them, clean up little by little. And the more consistent I got with it, the boys started to help me, Waylon and Wyatt. I would do the dishes, or Waylon would dry them, and Wyatt would put them up so they wouldn't break or anything. They would started sweeping, when they returned back to school, and they would come home, they weren't even allowed to eat until they had to do their homework, which I feel that that's wrong, because The children eat at 11 in the morning, and they're coming home at 3 from the bus, 3:30. Of course, they're going to want to eat something small. They're hungry. They're young. They burn through that energy. And they couldn't even eat. They had to do their homework first before they ate. And even after their homework was done, it's dollar pizzas, or chips or cupcakes. I'm saying to myself, like, where's like turkey and cheese, tuna fish, maybe a can of spaghetti and meatballs, things like that. Mm-hmm. Not even that was there, and I could remember that when the first month that I was there, Allie would constantly, every single day, she would go to Walmart, all the way to Kingsport, to Walmart, and spend her little bit of money that she earns from her job, taken away from her children and giving it to Summer and the boys, because even she was eye to eye with me. These kids need to eat. Like, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. And it was just an incredible experience. You could say an eye opener. It made me realize.
Okay, one reason that Allie was buying food was because Sherry had that charge, those child abuse charges. So Allie had to move in with the Wells, with at least the youngest girl. But I thought maybe both. But anyway, that's why she was buying food, because they were living there. What does he mean she drove all the way to Kingsport to Walmart? She worked at Walmart, didn't she? Or was that Leslie? Where did Allie work? I thought Allie worked at Walmart, didn't she? I thought I saw her in a smock. Wouldn't she just buy the food while she was at Walmart? I don't know. Yes, thank you. I thought she worked at Walmart. Oh, hey, Crying Crazy. And you're still a tool. That was so hilarious. Yes. I think he told the story Candace told him. But that's just my opinion. His story did not really match up either. Like he said, he was in the middle with the milk jugs on him, and Summer was sleeping against the door. So when they got to Allie's, Summer would have had to have gotten out, right? So that he could get out. I don't know. It didn't seem right. No, Andy B, that wasn't Allie. It was Candace. They wouldn't fix Candace's phone, so she threatened to blow up Walmart, and then she has a record for that. One of many. And she's banned from that particular Walmart. Hello, Sassy Frats. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't seem to know. The milk. Where was the milk? Yeah, I don't know. Some of the things he said didn't seem to, but yeah, we're going to continue on here.
Wow, compared to these people, I'm a wonderful dad, like I cook, I clean, wash clothes, I've even done laundry for them, even, and they're amazed because all they kept saying is, Donnie, don't do things like that. Like, That man does not do anything. All he does is work, drink, come home. That's it.
Okay, could
You
you
know, so
could you tell us about when Don returned? How did all of that go down?
well, basically when he was coming back, I remember Candace was telling me that, oh, he's pissed, and you know, before he returned, I find it kind of strange that he said he didn't know who I was until he came home, because I had spoken with him on numerous occasions on the telephone.
So Don was in Utah, and Grandis was talking to Don a lot, making Don jealous that Jose was there. You know,
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Candy's the reason he came home. And we were talking about that today on Remain Calm. I highly recommend her channel. She has a good factual based channel with a good friendly chat too. Yeah, Candy and Candace were always trying to get Don arrested. So I think she thought when she called him that he was going to come rushing home and end up in jail, which he did, but I think they thought it would be for longer than that. And then and then there was the fake domestic violence call where you know, Don allegedly roughed up Candace, broke her thumb, and you know, the cops came and saw that that was all bullshit. There's nothing wrong with her thumb. And when I heard that, I thought, Candy, that's Candy. That's the kind of shit that Candy does. So sure enough, that was Candy that called. So yeah, I totally believe this.
renting a room, and Grandis kept pushing that, and so then Don got in his truck and traveled 110 miles an hour across, you know, the country back to Rogersville. And Don talked to Jose, you know, on the way, and according to Jose,
while he was on his way back from Utah, you know, and I thought everything was cool between us.
Mhm.
He came home, he was calm, he didn't drink the first 2 days. On the second day that he was there, he got his old job back, was ready to return back to work, and the next thing I know, he's back into work. A couple of days later, he gets paid, fills up his fridge full of all this frozen junk food and beer and liquor. And right away, it's to the drinking.
Mhm.
And I remember a couple of times I would be downstairs, you know, laying down about to pass out, and I hear them fighting upstairs. And it's not like a normal fight. It's a drunk fight between two drunk people.
Yeah, when you say pass out, you mean going to sleep, right?
Okay, yes. Candace, to my knowledge, has only worked a short while for the carnival and got let go. But you know what she did? She bought skids, you know, of returns to Walmart. And she sold those at, you know, neighborhood garage sales or whatever. There's several pictures of her with her table set up. I know once she had boxes of toothbrushes. I mean, you know, you buy those skids of returns or the warehouse skids full of stuff and then sell it. That's what she did. So she could still have done that. Those garage sales are usually on weekends. Oh, thanks, hon. Okay, let's continue. We got a lot more to go, so it's going to have to be part 2 anyway.
So, how many times have we heard the drunk Don and Candace fight? Donna, why you done, Donna? I see you, Donna. Candace, don't break the fucking door. You know, that kind of thing.
I don't know, but that even came from Candace. She said she got stranded. She started out in Wisconsin. It was like Magic Mike's Magic Midway or something. I can't remember the exact name. I have it written down somewhere. And then she traveled. And I don't think it was even a year. I think it was like maybe 9 months. And she said she got stranded in St. Louis. And then Candy came and rescued her. So, who knows? That was in her meth days, so maybe she was methed up and, I don't know, got fired. I don't know. Oh, that's okay. I know what you're saying. No, Don did not work in the carnival, Betty. Just Candace. Don was doing drywall in Arkansas at the time. Candace's parents both worked at the carnival. That's how they met.
Countless. And they wonder why the kids don't want to come back. You know what I mean? They wonder why the kids don't.
Thank you, Lisa Kleckner. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ed's Magical Midway. Thank you. I believe from what I saw that they only travel in Wisconsin, that particular one. I don't know if it did then, but I think now, if I'm not mistaken. So I think she must have joined another one. If she got stranded in Missouri, it was obviously a traveling one. Yeah, I do too. She's been in Daisy's chat, and somebody say they were talking to Dawn. Did Lip say she talked to Dawn? Yeah, I hope they're finally settled down. Maybe White Boy had a good effect on Don, whipped him into shape. Who knows? But yeah, at least they're not drunken on YouTube, which is an improvement, actually.
Want to come back. Who am I? Oh, you're a dumbass. Yeah, you're a dumbass. Though. You're a real dumbass. Elena. Exactly, like daily.
Okay, but the court date is just his traffic ticket. So it isn't anything to do with the boys, and I don't think he would be quiet for that. I don't know, but I mean, it's just a speeding ticket and then failure to change his license address.
When Jose speaks, Billy says, what he's saying is very specific to be lies. We all have to, yeah. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I believe Jose on, he really doesn't have.
How do I know that? It's the traffic ticket? It's on the court docket. He got the ticket for speeding, and then he didn't change his address on his license. You have 30 days to change your address when you move. And he had his Arkansas address on the driver's license. So he got a ticket for that. I think that's usually just a citation, though. Yeah, it's right on the court docket. You can go look. That's all public record, and you don't have to pay either.
a reason to lie. Maybe
For less than 4 weeks. 3 weeks and 5 days, I believe. We've narrowed it down.
doesn't remember.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You just gotta be really clear on it. At the time that he returned, I had started a part-time job, to earn a little extra money and things like that.
And that is true. Jose was working at a cat scratch assembly place, where they manufactured cat scratch towers. And I verified his employment. I have his check stubs, everything, like legit. Seen it all.
So, it would be like almost 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 maybe, and they would be hammered, and I mean hammered. But they didn't look like they were hammered, but they were drunk. We were talking Black Velvet and a fifth of it, and they will always have a 12-pack of Mountain Dew under the table, and I clearly.
So I don't know what Black Velvet is. I'm not a drinker.
One thing I think is curious is that they're crack addicts. I don't know how many times they've both tested positive for crack. But Jose doesn't mention that. Of course, he wasn't there that long, but surely in almost 4 weeks. I mean, Candace can't go anywhere without breaking out the crack pipe. Until summer, well, even after summer. But Jose never talks about that. That's just interesting to me.
Sure. But when he said Mountain Dew, I instantly believed it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I gotta say something here. Mountain Dew. Oh my God, I can't stand to even look at Mountain Dew. That's got the most caffeine of any regular pop until they came out with a Red Bull and stuff. But that's Cam when he was on White Boys and people said he lost his teeth from meth. He said, we call that Mountain Dew mouth here in the South. Mountain Dew mouth. I thought that was funny.
A fifth of Black Velvet.
You remember that because the minute the box opened a soda and Candace would crack it open, Summer would come running into the kitchen. Can I have soda? Can I have soda? And I'm like, baby, you don't want juice or water? And she would be like, no, I want soda. And they would just give it to her. And I would tell them, too much soda is not good for her. She's too little to be drinking that, but you could only say so much before you realize that what you're saying is going through one ear and out of the other.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Does it seem like Jose should have been telling them how to raise their kids? I mean, I know they were a little derelict at that, but I mean, he's a guest in their home, right? So that would be kind of nerve-wracking, I would think, to be constantly criticized. I can't see Candace taking that too kindly, actually. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I know. He sounds like he was a Molly maid almost. He cooks, he cleans, he does laundry, he washes dishes, makes cat towers. If there's a cat tower factory in town, why can't Candace work? She could do that. It's something that's out of public view in a factory. I don't know, where's she working now? Life's a Dance, do you know where Candace is working? I just wonder what she's doing. Is she still working with Don? Because I know. Hi, Laura Aragon. Yeah, he said it wasn't safe to be with his family. Oh, you don't think she is? Okay. I know Daisy said she was working, but I think she hurt her foot again, I heard. I think she's a pretty good drywaller, according to Don. Yeah, I think so too. Not his place. Who knows? Okay.
And so when did things turn after Don came back? And can you tell us about that?
About a week after he returned, things started to really deteriorate with me being there. He kept accusing Candace of sleeping with me while he was gone and things like that. When I finally saw the video that he was talking with the guy Chris from TIR, he was telling them that, oh yeah, she had this guy in the house, and he was gay or whatever. That's a bold-faced lie. I'm not gay. I'm nowhere near that.
Okay. So, excuse me. Sorry, Jose. They told Jose. Candace told Don that Jose was gay because, to not make him jealous and stuff.
I am a straight man. I prefer women. That is my preference.
Right.
Period. And
that's a. So you're saying where Candace and everyone said that you preferred men that you actually are indeed straight.
Exactly. Correct.
Okay.
And I believe that they were telling him that to just ease tension so there wouldn't be like a severe conflict. But during the time that I was there helping them and stuff, they're realizing like, wow, this guy's here and he's renting from me. He's a good friend, helps my kids with homework. He cooks, he cleans. Like, who is this guy? And it's nothing special. Like, there's many of men like me who do things like that. This is what you're supposed to do. These are your children. You want their well-being in your heart constantly. You want to make sure they're fed, their clothes are clean, they have a proper bed to sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
And I get emotional talking about that because I remember, seeing them sleep on these couches, on the floor, and it would bother me a lot. And I'll be like, what's going on? And it was always one finger's pointing the other. Oh, it's his fault. Or he would say, oh, it's her fault. They just constantly kept blaming each other instead of just meeting each other in the middle, find common ground, and fix things together. It was always a constant conflict. Past was kept being thrown up on each other's faces, and things like that. So about a week after, it started to get very heated. It was always about me, always. And, my name just kept constantly flying out there. And one night, they got so drunk. This was the week that I had left. They had gotten real drunk.
Is this the night where the police came?
Yes, okay. Correct. And I remember that night very clearly because I was half asleep. I was literally half asleep, ready to, go into Wonderland, as you would say. And all I can remember was hearing this loud, banging thump noise, like if someone hit the ground. And I remember jumping off the bed and running up those tiny steps, and peeking out. And Candace is literally on top of Donnie. Like, don't you ever put a hand on me? And things like that. And I'm like, what is going on? And she was telling me this asshole here is saying, me and you doing something together. And I'm like, yo, we're not doing nothing. We never did anything. Like, at all, at all. And he was like, I want you out of my house. And I said, I will leave this home when your wife tells me to leave this home, because she's the one who is renting from me, and she is the one who is helping me.
So that's pretty sassy. Don owns the house, and Jose says he won't get out until Candace tells him. If the owner of the home tells you to get out, I'd get out. Wouldn't you? And I agree, Missy. Drywelling is hard. And Don's very good at it. Did you see that one house he was working on in Arkansas, I think, that had all the different angles and things and the big, huge ceiling? And yeah, I'm in awe of how good he is at that. But I think his mom taught him that. You know, she was a drywaller, so yeah, he's good. And he said Candace is a good drywaller too. So that's what I believe they were both doing when they met in Arkansas, because Don was drywelling and Candace had her job listed as drywaller also. I'd get out too. Yeah, definitely. Yep, she did. It's still on Amazon. Yeah, I'd get out especially if Don told me to get out. I'd get out.
You know, you were nowhere around, so you have no say-so here at the moment, especially that you took your oldest son and you ditched the rest of your family. You know, if you could have moved to another state, pick up your entire family and go. Don't take one child and leave the wife with the rest, because that was wrong. You know, and in the summer.
Okay, wait. I need to mention here that Candace actually went up north for 6 weeks with the other kids. So it wasn't exactly like Don just ditched them. I heard, and this is just, you know, not a proven fact. There's a lot of talk about why Don took Josie with him. And I heard it's because he caught Josie smoking pot. So I can believe that. Somebody said he caught him drinking and punched him in the face. I don't know. Well, I know, and he's really saying that. I mean, Jose's saying that too. It's not coming from someone else. He's admitting that he did that. So is that true, or is he trying to make himself sound like more of a badass than he really is? Apparently he didn't leave because it escalated.
As he said, is his world. She should have been the first one on that truck with him.
That's a good point. Why did Don take one son? Now there is rumor
here we go.
out there about one of Allie's children and the son had an incident, and CPS may have been involved with that at a time. I don't know. I've not been able to confirm that. I don't know if Allie ever confirmed it or what, but that is the only reason that I have ever heard why that may be, you know, the case. But, you know, why take the oldest son? Now, people always say that the oldest was the one that was favored. Do I believe Jose and Candace's relationship was platonic? I have no idea. Only Jose and Candace would know that, and both claim that there wasn't.
I don't know why he would deny sleeping with Candace if he did, but admit that he slept with Allie. Yes. Yes, his mom had a. I wondered what you're saying. Okay, I'll stop. He did admit that though. What, my cat's on me. I think he wants me to quit. Okay, we're just gonna do a little more and then we got a lot more to go. So let me know if you want to continue with Jose next time or if you want me to do something else. Because it's you guys' show. I'd admit to one and not the other. Careful, you get Life's a Dance all riled up again.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me.
You know, when he left to Utah,
Nothing surprised me.
leave her with Candace, and then leave Candace with barely any money. Candace would have to call him, I need money for food, I need, money to pay the light and things like that. And she would be full-blown fights with him about that. And, eventually he would give in and send her a few dollars, and that was it. But it would be a full-blown fight just to get money.
Okay, I do believe that. I've heard that from several people. Don did not give Candace any money. That he always kept the money for himself. So I have to believe that just because it came from so many different people that knew them. I've never heard any different. However, Candace was getting the COVID payments for 4 children. And she apparently had enough money to travel because they were on the road for 6 weeks. So I don't think she was hurting a whole lot. She probably wanted more money. I know, Crime Crazy's awesome. My mods are awesome. Okay, I'll continue with Jose. We got 2. Okay. Yeah, well, Don does lie, but yeah, his mom did write a book. I don't know about what else he said. Sometimes I think he just gets confused. Like when he said Rose came down to Arkansas to help out Candace and it didn't work out. And everybody's like, oh, Don said he never met Rose. That wasn't Rose. He's just got confused. That wasn't Rose that came to Arkansas. Rose did come to Arkansas, but not that time. Apparently he didn't. Now. I don't know. Oh, everybody here in chat is awesome. All my mods are awesome. I have the best chat in YouTube. Really. I don't mind saying that. And the best mods. My mods are all right on it.
From him, from Utah, so she could get whatever she needed for the house. So that night, after he got up and he's yelling at me, he's there drinking a beer. I don't remember what kind of beer it was. It was a brown bottle. And I started to tell him, once a cheater, always a cheater. You cheated on your wife while your wife is downstairs in the basement with your daughter, and you up here in this room where your sons are sleeping at, and you're having sex with some lady who uses drugs.
Okay, how would he know that? How would he know that? You think Candace told him that? Was Candace, do you think, crying on Jose's shoulder, cutting down Don? Possibly. I can see that happening. She had a few beers in her and she started bitching about Don. Yeah, I can see that.
And you're saying you're helping her. Yeah, I could imagine you're helping her. And I guess he didn't like the truth being told in his face because he wound up throwing the beer bottle at me right in my face. And the beer bottle wound up breaking and it chipped my front tooth. And I remember after that initial, hit, I literally Grandis was in between us and
Well, Life's a Dance needs, yes. Stop, Life's a Dance. You're mentioning Allie now. TMI. Okay, here's a TMI moment. This will be all over YouTube tomorrow. I also have a chipped front tooth. Not so noticeable now that I've ground them down, but from trying to drink from a beer bottle with no hands. One of my youthful moments.
Candace was behind Grandis, like they were trying to keep us separated. And at that time, that's when Donnie just shoved Candace out of the way. And I started to approach him as he's coming towards me. And Grandis is still trying to keep us separated. But, I was already, so much anger was inside of me that he done threw this bottle at me. Like, oh yeah, that's it. I'm done with this. And I wind up moving Grandis out of the way. I didn't shove her. I didn't do anything. I just pressed my chest up against her. And when she felt, my force, that's when she just moved out the way because she knew right then and there fist was going to be flying. So as Donnie went to go and throw up his fist at me, I literally walked right up to his face. I had my hands in my pocket and I had him balled up in the fist. And I said, I'm waiting, throw it, because you found the right one with me. Maybe other people are afraid or intimidated of you, but I'm not. I've dealt with people like you, growing up. And instead of him lunging at me, he started to step back and started to move back to get out of the home. And at that time, that's when Candace decided to call the police. And when she called the police, Donnie ran. He jumped in his truck. Mind you, he's drunk. He jumped in his truck and he drove away. That same night, maybe 20, 25 minutes later, the police wound up coming up the hill. And Donnie wasn't on the property at the time. And we were explaining to the police officer what had transpired there and stuff. And the police were like, "Did you happen to know where he went?" And we were like, "No." And next thing we know, Donnie's coming back up the hill in the truck. And that's when the police officers, proceeded to him and they raised up their guns. They asked them to step forward in front of the vehicle. And that's when we were telling him he's drunk, like literally drunk. And so they gave him, I guess, whatever exam for a DUI, and in the police officer's eyes, he passed it. And then the police officer comes and says, "Well, in my family, we have drunks and they're coherent. So he's probably a coherent drunk. I don't care what you say. When you're drunk, you're drunk. There's no coherence in that whatsoever. You're under the influence completely." And then that's when Candace had told the police officer that he had a gun in the car. And he's a known felon. And the police officer was like, "What?" And then that's when Donnie admitted that he did have the gun in there. And he tried to say it was a muzzle loader, but it wasn't. It was like a little 2-shot Dillinger that he had in his glove box. And I'm saying to myself, this man came all the way from Utah with that gun in his glove box? Like, what do you need a gun for? And you a known felon,
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, Jose's also was a known felon. He did serve prison time for drugs. Not to speak ill of the dead, but I don't know why. And that was a black powder pistol, and it is perfectly legal for felons to have black powder guns. So that wasn't an issue. He did not get cited for that. Yeah. Hi, Helen F. Welcome. Just about ready to wrap it up. Trying to find a good place to stop here. Yeah, Jose just sounds like the perfect man, doesn't he? To hear him describe it. Oh, Life's a Dance, you can go look at American True Crime. Prissy has the death certificate. And actually, that was Chris McDonough that found that. And he was found in a park. She shows the park, pictures of the park there. And it said accidental fentanyl overdose on it. He was found in the park. Yeah, that day he didn't get a DUI. I know. I think they were more concerned with the domestic violence thing, probably. Oh, yeah, you go look. She shows it, the whole thing. She goes over it. It does have his name. It has that park address on it as where he was found and has a cause of death. Okay, I think we're going to end it there. Yeah, it was too bad. I think he... American True Crime. Her name is Prissy something, but that's the name of her channel, American True Crime. Yeah, she's the only one I know that has that. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up. I try to keep this not too much longer than 2 hours. And so we'll do the next installment next Tuesday at 9. So thanks everybody for coming. Thanks my awesome mods. Thanks everybody for being respectful in chat. And we'll come back and talk about Jose sleeping with Allie. Just for you, Life's the Dance. Rix, I didn't even see you in here. Oh my goodness, you could have talked. Oh. You too, Lisa Klockner. Yes, have a great weekend. It is a weekend. I'm going to put that picture on my my community tab just for you, hon. Okay, love you all. Have a safe weekend, and I'll see you next week.